What is going on, Outlaws? Once again, Michael, or Legacy Kill HD, back with another Red Dead Redemption 2 video for you. And the last week or two probably has included the most RDR2 info thus far. We received an official update from Rockstar Games after months of silence, in which they announced the second delay to Red Dead Redemption 2, citing that they needed some extra time to polish the game, and then just a few days later, a massive leak popped up, which included never-before-seen images, details on the gameplay, open world, new features, and much more. Missed that video? I highly recommend you check it out. Well, the source of this leak claims they received this information and images back in August of 2017. It almost seems very odd the timing for all of this to pop up. I don't usually like to put a tinfoil hat on, but I think there's a good chance that this leak may have originated from Rockstar themselves. Now, within this quote-unquote leak, we also did get more than likely the real reason why RDR2 was delayed for a second time, and it's not really surprising at all. Today we are going to be discussing a news update on Red Dead Redemption 2 that is coming from Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two Interactive, as well as breaking down and speculating a little bit on why RDR2 was delayed for a second time. But before we get into all that, as usual gang, if you have not heard, I am doing a giveaway for Red Dead Redemption 2. All you have to do is check the link in the description to enter and just be an active subscriber. Also, make sure to get geared up for this upcoming Western by getting the popular Red Moon or Wanted t-shirt designs. If you're interested in getting these Red Dead themed shirts or any of the other designs, there will be a link in the description as well. Nonetheless, as some of you may or may not know, Take-Two had a conference call with investors the other day, and while for the most part questions on Red Dead Redemption 2 were dodged, we did get some interesting comments, including this claim by Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick. The entire focus of this organization is on delivering the highest quality entertainment experiences of any kind. More often than not, we feel proud that we're able to do that. All of our labels are focused on releasing a title when they reach that apex of effort and perfection. And in this instance, Rockstar Games felt more polish was required, and naturally we are in favor of that decision, delaying the game. The date of October 26 is set, and I am confident that will be the release date. We are incredibly excited about it. He would further go on to boast that no developer can do what Rockstar Games does, and that is the overriding focus for Red Dead Redemption 2 over financial concerns. Specifically, he said, "A genuine, not financially driven commitment to quality comes first. Thankfully, we run what we believe is a highly rational, exceedingly disciplined business environment, which gives people who are creative a very safe place to do their very best work." Now, while everything Take-Two says sounds great, I seriously have some doubts that this delay was just for polishing reasons. Back in November, Strauss Zelnick was on Mad Money, in which he said this about Red Dead Redemption 2.
We don't really have seasonality. We put out huge releases in January and February. In the spring, we have Red Dead coming in the spring of 2018. When you give people what they want, they come out for it. Now, look, we're not going to put out a big title in the depths of summer. Probably not a great time to do it. But apart from that, we're year-round business.
Why was it important that it not come out until it was ready?
The reason we're sitting here today, the reason I get to be on your show, is that we never put out anything until it's the best it can possibly be.
So it's quite obvious a summer release was not going to happen, but a release being pushed from spring 2018 to fall of 2018, which is somewhere around 5 months, just for polishing reasons, seems like a bit of a stretch. This game has been in development since around 2012-2013. When Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced in October of 2016, you have to think development was closing, but clearly something changed or happened for there to be 2 long delays, and I believe our leak that came the other day confirmed what I was thinking. PlayerUnknown's Battleground and Fortnite are one of the reasons why RDR2 has gotten delayed again. If you haven't seen the recent video I discussed all this new leaked information on, pretty much it states a Battle Royale mode will be in Red Dead Online. Now, the 2 most popular Battle Royale games have sold millions and millions of copies and brought in crazy profit just in 2017, and all of the AAA games industry is trying to capitalize. One example would be Call of Duty, which has already done it with their China Call of Duty Online, and I'm sure Black Ops 4 or Call of Duty 2018 will feature a mode. Expect to see many big franchises like EA, Star Wars, Overwatch, Battlefield, Far Cry, and so on and so forth, maybe trying to capitalize on the current popularity of Battle Royale. We already knew Red Dead Online was going to be huge, and including Battle Royale may not be what all of us want, but in this current gaming climate, it makes sense. My only hope is that Rockstar has their own take on this and it's not like PUBG or Fortnite. Now, during Take-Two's recent conference call, this subject actually came up, in which Strauss-Zelnick had this to say about the possibility of using this mode in any of their upcoming games following the success of PUBG and Fortnite, saying, "I would just observe that someone else's success is really interesting. We are obviously informed by what our competitors are doing, but our goal is to be as innovative as possible in titles. Even really good titles that are derivative never seem to do as well as innovations that are unexpected." He would further elaborate, if players really want this, then they will bring it to them, specifically saying, "Of course we play in the world and we're informed by what's going on. It is our job to bring consumers what they want." It should be noted Grand Theft Auto Online already has its own spin on the Battle Royale feature, with a PUBG-style mode called Motor Wars. Now, based on this leak and Take-Two's comments, I think it's pretty obvious Red Dead Online getting its own spin on the Battle Royale mode makes sense. Remember, when Red Dead Redemption 2 was delayed for the first time, it was because they needed some extra time to ensure that they could deliver the best experience possible for the fans. Here we are about 9 months later, and we just found out the game is being delayed again for about another 5 months. Battle Royale makes sense financially, and if Rockstar figures out their own spin on the mode, it could be a driving reason for the game's sales to go from, say, 20 to 30 million copies to 40 to 60 million copies. PUBG has sold 30 million copies, while Fortnite has reached a player count of 45 million players. And to be honest, neither game is great in my opinion, and I think there is room for a Red Dead-style Battle Royale mode to dominate and take over. But another reason why I think Red Dead Redemption 2 was delayed was because of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Say what you want, but this industry was shook when EA got dragged into the center spotlight for predatory microtransactions. This is really the first time players and consumers came together to voice their anger and frustrations at a company that has gotten away with this nonsense for far too long. Every publisher is very nervous now about using microtransactions, and for a long time many of us have feared how they would be implemented into Red Dead Redemption 2. Take-Two most notably defended EA for their use of microtransactions, Carl Sladoff, the president of the company, saying, "In terms of the consumer noise you hear in the market right now, for me it's really all about content. It's about over-delivering on content. You can't force the consumer to do anything." Pretty much what he said was, as long as the content is high quality, you don't force players into buying it, then microtransactions are perfectly fine. Yeah. But I do know for a fact that Take-Two Interactive was one of the companies having private meetings over the outrage back in December of 2017. But let's additionally not forget, Take-Two has a track record of saying things you do not want to hear, like saying they believe they've under-monetized players in Grand Theft Auto Online, and as well as promising microtransactions in every game moving forward. Also, while they continue to claim their mission is to delight fans, we also witnessed just last year with NBA 2K18 how nasty their microtransactions really can be. As much as we like to believe it, but Red Dead Online can't be 100% like Grand Theft Auto Online in terms of microtransactions. As I've said before, there isn't fast racing vehicles, no jetpacks, no machine guns, and it's overall just a much more simpler time. This is for sure everyone's #1 fear, and there have been concerns on whether or not the single player could get microtransactions. So getting this right, especially following the backlash EA received, is going to be key. So to put this together, expanding on the online experience with something like a Battle Royale mode, figuring out microtransactions and making them as user-friendly as possible, and of course polishing the game, is why I believe Red Dead Redemption 2 was delayed for a second time. Anyway, since the delay announcement and Take-Two's conference call, their stock has suffered, although while this is a massive fall, it can also be attributed to the recent Wall Street crash. Either way, our next update from Rockstar on Red Dead Redemption 2 probably is not coming until sometime in March if I had to guess. Right now there's a lot of speculation on a Game Informer cover announcement coming that month, which does make sense seeing that they still have a strong relationship with Rockstar, as they and IGN had the privilege to interview them back in November. Also interesting, a little side note, is that the only gaming sites not to report on the recent Red Dead Redemption 2 leak is IGN and Game Informer, probably meaning they both wish to keep their relationship strong by not reporting on the leaks, and or maybe they have a special deal worked out. What we do know for sure is that information is coming as confirmed in the second delay announcement. While Rockstar does say they will be getting this information in the coming weeks, we all know they really like to stretch things out, so it probably will be about a month until we get that update, and you have to believe it should be smooth sailing going forward. On Rockstar's website, it also appears they've placed the second trailer and the delay announcement as their top stories, further showing, at least to me, that Red Dead Redemption 2's marketing is full steam ahead, and looking to Grand Theft Auto 5's marketing, Red Dead Redemption 2 is almost exactly right on its course. And my personal hope is that we see gameplay sooner rather than later, as we all wish to have that Red Dead Redemption gameplay series return with this next installment. But I'll end this video with this question: what is your opinion on the second delay, and what's your takeaway from Take-Two's comments? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, make sure to leave a like, and consider subscribing, as I'm your best source for everything Red Dead Redemption 2, and remember, Outlaws to the end.